Welcome to my networking service. My name is Micah. This is video number 5 of a 5-video series where I will be providing general information about what I do. In this video, we are talking about theoretical concepts. So these are personal experiences that influence my professional work and how you can help me help you. So the very first thing I'm going to talk about is identity. So with identity, the personal experience I had is with education. So I had to go through 10 years of higher education to find one person that helped me develop myself. And I don't regret that process. It helped me become who I am today and the direction I'm moving forward in. But of course, I racked up a lot of student debt doing that. And that's something I want to prevent from other people experiencing. I want to give that experience that I received without the cultural impact of student debt. So the first thing I'm going to ask for, so this is how you can help me help you, because the more supported I am, the more support I'm going to give, because this is something I believe in, something I want to continue to do, is provide the place that I was provided to express myself and to connect to new people. That was with my mentor. That's the person I met along the way during my educational path. And so if you know of places, rental places where I can sublease or I can borrow space or I can pay someone a certain amount to borrow space. We don't need that for the interview process, but for the overview process, just to sit down, just a comfortable professional space where you can look at your social options to connect to someone new. If you know of any places like that, I'm more than happy to pay that person, compensate for the time spent in that space. And ideally, I can spend time with you in that space, spend time with other people in that space, and then it just kind of had that professional feel. So something that is public enough where you're comfortable, but then also private enough where you can look at those social options. So if you, like I said, if you know of a place, I have some spaces in mind. I have people that I know that I have met along the way that I'm going to inquire of spaces. And so ultimately just a place. If you know any, even just like free places out in public, that's the first thing, is just help me find somewhere that you're comfortable meeting up and that feels professional. So that's who I am. That's how I like to believe I help people become a better version of themselves. It's through this process. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about, just the theory of like where I've been, just the societal setbacks I've had because of education, the person I found, I want to be that person. So just helping me find those places to meet. So the second thing I want to talk about is community. So the societal setback here is with healthcare. There's been a lot of times where I've pushed myself, I've overextended, put too much time, energy, and effort into the people I was connected to, and I developed health concerns, conditions every season of my life, and that has set me back financially. It set me back as far as my physical health is concerned. So that kind of stems from me trying to get through this life with limited social options, even with the people I knew, just not being able to get to a certain depth with them just because I didn't know how to do it yet, because something like this wasn't provided for me. And so the best way you can support me, just because I am kind of taxed or exhausted at this point, physically speaking, and I just disagree with the whole healthcare of, we're not like helping people figure out like psychological health and just how that's connected to physical health, and just the amount of money that people are dumping into the healthcare system. I'm more of a believer in community, and that there's a certain life to that. There's a certain health that gives. And so if you can help other people find me, then that also helps you, because then there's more options in the pool. And so for other people, and then if other people are also providing personal connections to the pool, then those are new people that you're meeting. And so at the very least, I ask people to provide a review on Google. So I'll set up like my Google business, and just like a little short review just to help kind of direct someone in my direction. And like I said, I believe it's going to help you just like the identity in the place. Like I'm trying to help people become better versions of themselves just because it's something I believe in. And so this is just another thing. Hey, if you can leave a review, it doesn't have to be the most complex thing in the world. Just something super, simple, just to direct someone in my direction. And of course, just personal word of mouth that just kind of helps develop that community naturally. That's a good way to help me help you kind of offset the societal setbacks I've had. So the next thing I want to talk about is activity. So a certain level of physical activity is important and healthy to our lives. So my experience with the workforce, which is just a societal experience, is I've been stuck at the bottom for 17 years. So the one time that I've been able to step out from the bottom, I worked in counseling for 6 to 8 years on my own, and it wasn't sustainable in and of itself. So I had to get back out, got back in the workforce. And so the way you can support me here in a way to keep me active mentally, because I noticed like me wanting to do this and me talking about this and me helping people with this, it deteriorates when I'm in this work environment. I've noticed that it's been difficult for me to ramp back up to being in this state of mind. So helping me is by rendering me money for the services provided. So that's just compensation, that's just hourly pay. What I'm going to expect just right off the bat is just $20 an hour if you choose to support me. Like I said, I give the interview and overview complimentary the first time, and then for you to look at possibilities and probabilities, you can look at complimentary at any point. So there's a lot of stuff here that I'm just giving for free, just like I said, because it's important to me, it matters to me. But if you choose to support me beyond that, I'm just asking for $20 an hour. And so interview or overview, it's any amount of time within that hour. So if you use a couple minutes or that full hour, it's going to be $20 just because it's getting in the way of me working with other people. And then any subsequent hour past that's $20. So helping me pay off my debts, if you choose to do more than that, my living space debt, my student debt, my credit card debt, like all these debts that I've acquired just because I can't seem to get ahead in these things. If you choose to support me more than that, what I ask for is comparable to what you earn per hour. So if you're earning what I earn per hour, then I just encourage that $20 per hour, because I don't want you paying too much for that. I want you to be able to come and go and do this as much as you want to do. But if you're earning substantially more than that, then a good way to support me is just allowing me to match what you earn. And so what that does is it pulls me up financially. That helps me pull other people up financially. And so then we're all kind of in this, we're active and our work is being respected in the same way. I think that's what's fair. And so you can do either one of those two. You can just pay me $20 an hour, or if you want to support me more than that, just help me match what you're earning per hour. So, and then the final thing I want to talk about real quick is connectivity. So I was under the impression that technology would help me connect to people better. So I had all these organic relationships. I enjoyed most of them pretty much through the full course of the relationship. Met them at school, at work, through other people. And so my understanding was that if I use technology, I would be able to do that myself without having to go into a new work environment, new social environment, new school environment. And what I found was the complete opposite. So I was sold increased connectivity. It was going to be easier. I had more options, which is leading into what I'm doing and why I'm doing this now. And what I realized was, even after representing myself in the best way possible, it was just not happening at all. I have never pulled a real relationship from technology. It has always been an in-person experience. And like I said, I've had short-term, long-term, people have come and go. I enjoy all the different types, but I have never had a real connection through technology. So I don't know if there's too much options or there's too much social debris. I don't know if the substance isn't being encouraged. I don't know if there's an algorithm that's against me. There's something, because it's not me, because I can have real relationships. So there's something off about that. So that's a social societal setback. I've put time, energy, money into that, and it just has never amounted to anything. So the first way you can help me make this something that is both technologically present and up to date, but then also something of substance, is help me understand how you represent yourself. So by giving me just enough demographics of age and how you classify your gender, your sexuality, your personality, the money you make, just some of this kind of general representation stuff, it will help other people connect to you more efficiently, and then I can move people through the process faster, which then means I can pull more people in, and then the community is built faster, and then it has a bigger impact over time. And the hope is to get to a societal level where I'm actually speaking against these things where people are making money and they're not making that psychological mental health impact for the better. So just getting general demographics from you helps me kind of organize this overview quicker and more efficiently, and like I said, just to get people through the process quicker. So the most you can do is help me find your priorities. So if I can help other people find you quicker, I want to also help you find other people quicker. And so just as we sit down with the overview, or even if you just want to mention it during the interview, just let me know, hey, these are the things I'm looking for in a person. This is the kind of person I'm looking for. And that way, when we sit down together, I can say, hey, I will help you find this person because I'm very familiar with everybody I'm working with. And so I'm like, hey, this person is this age or this sexuality or this gender or this demographic, just whatever it is. So let me know your priorities, but at the very least, I ask for just some simple demographics just so other people can connect to you more easily. So that's all I got for this video. To learn more about working together, to schedule an interview or an overview, you can check in with the possibilities and the probabilities. Just send me an email in the contact box below. And other than that, hope to work with you soon.